Oh, there we go. Very good. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Boker Tov. I'm so glad that you could join me for meditation today. This morning I'd like to begin with an excerpt from a book called The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. In chapter 9 he writes he entitles the chapter, Removing Your Inner Thorn. The spiritual journey is one of constant transformation. In order to grow, you must give up the struggle to remain the same and learn to embrace change at all times. One of the most important areas requiring change is how we solve our personal problems. We normally attempt to solve our inner disturbances by protecting ourselves. Real transformation begins when you embrace your problems as agents for growth. In order to understand how this process works, let's examine the following situation. Imagine that you have a thorn in your arm that directly touches a nerve. When the thorn is touched, it's very, very painful. Because it hurts so much, the thorn is a serious problem. It's difficult to sleep because you roll over on it. It's hard to get close to people because they might touch it. It makes your daily life very difficult. You can't even go for a walk in the woods because you might brush the thorn against the branches. This thorn is a constant source of disturbance. And to solve the problem, you only have two choices. The first choice is to look at your situation and decide that since it's so disturbing when things touch the thorn, you need to make sure nothing touches it. The second choice is to decide that since it's so disturbing when things touch the thorn, you need to take it out. Believe it or not, the effects of the choice will determine the course of the rest of your life. This is one of the core level structural decisions that lay the foundation of your future. Now, some people think that when we meditate, it is to escape our personal problems. It is to sort of numb ourselves to what's going on in our lives, those difficult situations, those thorns in the arm, so to speak. But you can use meditation to look at some of your personal challenges. You can use meditation to, instead of avoiding your problems, you can use meditation as a way to encounter your problems, to be able to look at them from a safe distance and to pull out the thorn, so to speak, and to develop a certain courage within yourself to take the steps needed to confront that problem. When you confront the problem firstly in a meditative state, you do so safely. You can think of different kinds of scenarios, different kinds of approaches to the problem. And then you can make a decision on what you're going to do about that particular challenge. And then later on, when you're not meditating, you can take the wisdom that you have acquired in a meditative state and apply it. You can apply it to that challenge. It may or may not work, but you will have used the problem, used the challenge as an agent of growth, and that's what I think we should all be doing. So, keeping this in mind, this lesson in mind, let's meditate today. Let's meditate on, taking the thorn out of our arm or our foot or wherever it might be. Find yourself in a safe place, a place where you're unlikely to be disturbed for the next few moments. Make sure that your phone is off, or at least silenced. Sit up straight. Allow your eyes to close. Keep your chin parallel to the earth, to the floor. And as the sound of this bell fades into the distance, allow yourself to gently enter a meditative state. And we do that by observing what's happening in our bodies. Notice what's happening in various locations in your body. Notice your breathing, entering and exiting your lungs smoothly, peacefully. And in our meditative state, we occupy that part of our mind that allows us to observe without judgment. And today, let us think of one challenge, one recurring challenge in our lives. Just think about one thing that bothers you, disturbs you, holds you back. Look at it carefully. It's the thorn in your arm. That's the thorn that has prevented you from living fully. It has prevented you from full and meaningful relationships. Perhaps it has kept you from doing things you love to do. So look at that situation, that which disturbs and interferes your life. Perhaps you've been working around that challenge, that problem. Avoiding it. But in the meditative state, we can look at that challenge safely. And we can think of different approaches to be free of that thorn, that problem. Go deep within yourself and allow a different approach to emerge. A different solution. Confronting the problem, not avoiding it, not numbing yourself to it, but looking at it directly, courageously. You can look at that challenge from different angles, different perspectives. With different solutions. Perhaps you can think of 3 new approaches to that challenge, allowing new ideas to emerge from a deep place of wisdom deep within you. Look at each of those new approaches for dealing with that challenge, and decide on one that you're going to look at more carefully. And make a plan. Consider the possible outcomes of that plan. And of course, there are no guarantees, but it is a new approach. It is using the problem as an agent for growth. It's seeing the problem not so much as in a negative light, but more in a positive light. This problem came your way, this challenge came into your life to expand your wisdom, your patience, your perspective. Imagine that you have plucked that thorn out of your arm as a result of this new approach, this new idea, this new solution, where you no longer have to protect yourself. And you can live more fully. Let this be our intention for today, our kavanah. To confront one area in our life, in your life, where you can use healing and spiritual growth. As the sound of the bell fades into the distance, take a couple of deep breaths. Slowly open your eyes and adjust to the light. Stretch a little bit. Now, sitting with your shoulders pointing directly in front of you, squarely in front of you, without moving your shoulders, just move your head to the right, taking in everything that you see, pausing here or there to see shapes, to see light, to see shadows, to see colors. Move your head as far as you can, just to where it begins to strain. Go a little past there, but not too far. Maybe you can see behind you as well. Look up, move your head up, feel the stretch in your neck. Move your head down. And now to the front. Move your head to the left now. Again, taking in everything in your field of vision. Noticing colors and forms and shadows and light. What do you see? What do you see? Far to the left. Can you see behind you? Can you see behind you a little bit? Keeping your shoulders pointing forward. Lift your head up. Feel the stretch. And down. Bring your head to point forward. Well, Boker Tov, Boker Or. May this be a great day for you. May this be a day of spiritual growth for you, of intentions to look at the challenges in your life and confront them, not avoid them, but confront them. from a more expansive point of view. And remember, as you make your way through your busy day, to smile and to make one other person smile as well. Bring a smile to the face of at least one other person that you encounter on your journey today. See you soon.